Hi there, I'm John Green, and this is Crash Course Literature. Today we're going to talk about the Scarlet Letter. Many of you might recognize the Scarlet Letter because it's quite similar to the recent movie The Easy A, starring Emma Stone. But I assure you, this book came first. Scarlet Letter was written by Nathaniel Hawthorne in 1850, and it was set in the early 1600s in Boston, Massachusetts. The story began with a young Hester Prynne who's being escorted out of the town prison with her infant child, Pearl. Both of them are being escorted out with the Scarlet Letter A on their breasts. This is because Hester is being charged and punished for adultery. Hester's husband sent her to the colonies to go ahead of her, but he never showed. It was very rumored that he was captured by Indians, but while she was waiting, she apparently had an affair and was pregnant. She refuses throughout the book to reveal the lover's identity, but many try to uncover it. She goes through a ton of public shaming for this, including the Scarlet Letter, and also just disrespected at the beginning though. Hester is led at the beginning to the scaffold where everybody is there to see her. She's put on display and she's interrogated, but she still doesn't give up her lover's secret. But we eventually find out it's the young Reverend Dimmesdale. Her husband was eventually actually standing out there in the crowds while she was up there on the scaffold, but he's going as a new name, Roger Chillingworth. He arrived recently and he's become the town's physician and plans out to find who Hester's lover is. He suspects the young Reverend Dimmesdale after some time, and begins to just weasel his way into his life. And after a while, it becomes more like a leech than a doctor, and this is seen by the public eye. Hester slowly also begins to regain her respect in the community, mainly by sewing garments for the high officials, and also raising Pearl. But at one point the governor of the town tries to take Pearl away, but Dimmesdale, the father that he is, saves her by arguing on behalf of Hester, mainly saying that God is Hester's punishment and it's what God wants Hester to raise Pearl. Then time goes on, Hester and Dimmesdale spend more time together, but Chillingworth gets closer and closer to the secret. Eventually he finds a Scarlet Letter A on Dimmesdale's chest, right around here, and that's why he's sleeping though, so no one knows but him, and he makes it his mission to drive a wedge between the two. Toward the end though, the problem arises because Dimmesdale's health is becoming an issue. He's very, very ill. Some speculate that it's because of it gets worse because of Chillingworth's arrival, because some speculate it has the black man, the devil, and he is not seen well in the public eye. One day, though, Chillingworth is out to make his plan, put his plan into action, ruin Dimmesdale forever, oust his secret to the entire public. But there's a hitch in that. Dimmesdale, that same period, that same day, goes up to Hester and Pearl when they're on the scaffold, putting on display, reminding people of their crimes. He goes up there, rips his shirt open, and displays the Scarlet Letter to the entire crowd, entire town even. And this makes Chillingworth furious. And he knows that Pearl, Hester, and Dimmesdale are planning to run away together, but he puts a stop to that. He not necessarily stops it, but he he talks the ship captain into taking him with them. But then there's another hitch in that plan. Dimsdale dies, and then shortly after, Chillingworth dies, and Pearl and Hester are left on their own. Pearl eventually gets up to somewhere off in the future, gets somewhat successful. Hester, meanwhile, is alone. But that is now time for our open letter. This one is to history. Let me go check the secret compartment. We have a Scarlet letter A. No surprise there. This is a more elaborate A, but this is what something would look like on Hester, just in very smaller proportions. It's been decided whether Hawthorne was writing the Scarlet Letter in support of Puritan ideals, or if he was kind of writing it in a satirical style, which I think he was absolutely doing. He was trying to make fun of the Puritan ideals and not support them because he thought they were outdated. And yes, they're a part of our history, a critical part at that, with the separatists and the Pilgrims and the Massachusetts Bay colonies, the Rhode Island colony, all of our founding religions in our colonies that separate each other based on religious beliefs, whether that be separation of church and state or others. But there comes a time where everything reaches a limit. Nothing can last forever. Over the time, the world has its way, and everything you treasured most is gone or obsolete. Funny thing is, though, Hawthorne, his family was deep into Puritan ties, but he still decided to write this joke, this critique of his ancestors' beliefs. But I kind of guess that shows how backwards or corrupt he thought that the Puritan beliefs really were. Best wishes, John Green, and thanks for watching.